So the Cowboys and the Cardinals, I mentioned this yesterday. I'm always keeping an eye on the betting lines, and I'm always curious about some. And I was curious that the Cowboys at home with this high-powered offense facing a Cardinals team that didn't have Kyler Murray, and they were only favored by 3.5. I thought maybe they'd be favored by 5, and all of a sudden the Cardinals win it outright. Jacoby Brissett, come on down and stay a while because you're a better quarterback for this team than Kyler Murray is. Both teams with 3 wins, but the Cowboys picked up Logan Wilson, a linebacker from the Bengals. He asked to be traded, I think, in the offseason. This isn't a surprise. But if you're picking up defenders from a defense that is as bad, if not worse, than yours, is Trey Hendrickson going to be traded as well later today? But we'll talk to Jay Glazer coming up. And I'm looking at the numbers with Jacoby Brissett. I think he's played for 5 different teams, maybe 6 different teams. He is better with this offense than Kyler Murray. Now, you can say Kyler Murray's more talented. Jacoby Brissett's not going to argue with that. But this is the difference. I was listening to Chris Canty, former player, on the mothership this morning. And Chris brought up something interesting, and that is when you have a quarterback who stays in the pocket, as a wide receiver, you know where your quarterback is. Jacoby Brissett is athletic, but he does stay in the pocket. Kyler Murray does not. Therefore, you see these receivers. Marvin Harrison Jr., the third, looked great last night. He looked like he's supposed to look. And I'm going by what Chris Canty, a former defensive lineman, said is, as a receiver, you can run your route and you know where the ball is coming from. You know it's going to be in the pocket for the most part. With Kyler, you're on the run. So as a wide receiver, am I going to get it where he's on the right side of the field and I'm on the left side? Do I have to go from left to right to go over where he is? And you see this, I think, with the timing. Everything about these pass patterns is timing. It's so quick. Get it out. I know where it's going. As a wide receiver, I know where you're going to be. And you saw that. That was on display last night. He is averaging 287 yards per game, 2 touchdowns, and they're scoring at over 25 points per game. With Kyler Murray, it's 90 yards less, a little over 1 touchdown per game, and they're scoring 5 points less. The numbers don't lie here. Now, I know you got to say all the right things because you got a quarterback who's making a lot of money here. Here's Jonathan Gannon, the Cardinals head coach, on the performances from week to week.
They feel good, but they know it's a week-to-week deal. You know what I mean, Cam? It really is. So I'm proud of them for their response coming out of the bye because they came to work this week. And they always come to work, but it was intentful and it was energized, and they knew they had a good play well on Monday Night Football to beat a team that's, super dangerous, good football team. But they know when they wake up tomorrow, we're going to go play a good football team again on the road.
Marvin Harrison had a career-high 7 catches, 96 yards, and a touchdown. And Jacoby Brissett had a couple of touchdown passes. He ran for another score. He is one of 6 active quarterbacks with wins as a starter with at least 5 different teams. Joe Flacco, Case Keenum, Jacoby Brissett, Tyrod Taylor, Andy Dalton, and Carson Wentz. Stat of the day brought to you by Panini America, the official trading cards of the Dan Patrick Show. So if you're going to get a defender off the Bengals, and the Bengals have a terrible defense, since the start of last season, the Cowboys are allowing 31.3 points per game at home. Over that span, only the Bengals at 31.6 have allowed more. But maybe Trey Hendrickson gets out of Cincinnati, at age 30, and he's got that 1-year deal. They took a long time to get that 1-year deal for him. I'm sure that he'll be the object of desire getting an edge rusher here. We always talk about the trade deadline, who could be traded, who's buying, who's selling. Are the Dolphins going to be selling? Are they going to sell Minkah Fitzpatrick? Are they going to get rid of Jalen Waddle? What are you saying if you do all of those things? Also, keep in mind, they got rid of their GM. You don't get rid of your GM prior to the trade deadline unless he didn't want to go with the plan. Chris Greer got fired. He's the GM. The head coach kept his job. Now, I'm guessing, I don't have any information, but I'll ask Jay Glazer. Management probably said to Greer, hey, all these players that you brought in, we want to take the wrecking ball to this team. And Greer probably thought, no, I don't want to do that. These are my players. We brought them in. We can still win. And they probably said, well, it's either you or the players. And it could be both because Greer got fired. Mike McDaniel kept his job, and they're going to keep him on until the end of the regular season. But he'll be gone after that because if you bring in a new GM, he's going to want his coach. So Miami's already gotten rid of one of their edge rushers. Does Bradley Chubb get traded today as well? You start to look at who needs something. Everybody wants an edge rusher, and everybody wants a wide receiver. There's only so many of those players to go around. What are you willing to give up to the Saints for Chris Olave or Jalen Waddle? Can you get those guys for a second-round draft pick? Can you get Trey Hendrickson for a second- or third-round draft pick? And that's really the chess game that's going on now as we speak. But Jerry Jones, Jerry is really, really, really good as an owner from the standpoint of he sells his team better than any other owner in sports. When you think about it, he keeps his team in the news. So what's he do yesterday? He's got First Take there. He has Stephen A. Smith sitting in the suite with him. They announce a hockey game. They got the commissioner of the NHL. He teases that they have a trade in place. All of these things, all you're doing is getting attention. Now, granted, he leads the league in attention, but he's last in the league really in the results from all that attention. And here you are with a team that is in a division now with Washington without their starting quarterback. The Giants are more competitive. The Eagles aren't as formidable. And you wonder if they had handled the Micah Parsons situation better, would they be a better team? And I'll argue this. Sometimes when you trade your best player and then the locker room goes, we just traded our best player. Like we're all expendable. And there's no loyalty, and all of a sudden, because I don't know if the locker room ever recovered from that. And I do think they would have been a playoff contender with Micah Parsons. I do believe that, because he would have made those defensive backs better. I mean, I don't know how much better, but it's a bad defense, historically bad defense. And Jerry got petty, got petulant with this. And, hey, I'm going to show you. I just wonder what message you send to your team after something like that. You walk in and you go, I'll be damned. Just like we reacted, and we're not even in the locker room. Man, they traded Micah Parsons. And then I wonder, okay, what is the philosophy? Hey, we're going to stop the run. No, you're not. You're not stopping anybody here. And now you're saying to Dak Prescott, go out there and score as many points as you can, and that might not be enough. Because you know what, guys? You're kind of like the Bengals. And if you're the Cowboys and you're being attached to the Bengals, that's not a good situation. Certainly not in the last couple of years. Seton, what's poll question from the first hour of the program?
Well, we got a couple options here for you. Whose career would you want going forward, John Morant or Kyler Murray? Boom. Fun one from Paulie.
Yeah. Because we did ask this question a couple of years ago. Whose career would you want, John Morant or Zion Williamson? And just like Zion's weight, it fluctuated.
That's not necessary.
I said John Morant because I thought he's always going to be great on the floor. Zion, I'd still take John Morant. I don't know what to expect out of Zion Williamson. But I do think John Morant is a better player, more talented player, plays more games. But John's been nicked up too here in the last couple of years. Then he gets suspended as well. Okay, so would I rather be John Morant or Kyler Murray? I'm going to say John Morant because he'll go to a new team and then he might fall in line. I don't know if Kyler Murray can play at a consistently high level. He's not better than Jacoby Brissett for this team. He's just not. He's more talented, and there's a big difference in that. There are a lot of quarterbacks who are more talented than Tom Brady, but Tom Brady's the guy you wanted. Yes, Eaton.
Yeah, that's the thing that kind of separates it for me is John Morant, can play at an incredibly high level. Kyler Murray, I don't know if you know that, if he can play at a high level in the NFL.
I think he had a couple of seasons ago, weren't they like 8-1 or something like that?
Yeah.
Like they got off to a really good start, but he's made the playoffs, once, and they don't have any playoff wins. But I kept wondering, I thought Marvin Harrison was going to be 100 catches, 1,000 yards, 12 touchdowns. I just thought that, can't go wrong. Like that guy's so good. And then all of a sudden you get Jacoby Brissett in there, and Marvin Harrison's looking like his dad. Yes, Paulie.
Kyler Murray's two best seasons were his second and third seasons, 2020 and 2021. 26 touchdowns, 24 touchdowns, Pro Bowls, made one playoffs in 2021. Since then, it's cooled. Like last year, 17 starts, 8 and 9 as a starter, 3,800 yards, 21 touchdowns, 11 picks.
Yeah.
It's solid. It's non-threatening. And he's about to turn 29.
What team is in better shape, the Cardinals or the Cowboys? Yeah.
The Cardinals have made the postseason 4 times in 30 years. That's rough.
Yeah.
The Cowboys at least make the postseason appear there. I think they made 12 in the past 30.
Yeah. And then it usually ends horribly.
Yeah.
Like a home loss in the playoffs.
The Cardinals don't give you any hope. The Cowboys give you a little hope.
And they're in a really tough division. Seattle's good. Niners are good. Rams are really good. And, can you get to 7 wins, 6 wins? If you're the head coach of the Cardinals and your future is going to be attached to your 1-loss record, you're going to stay with Jacoby Brissett. Now, I know he said all the right things. Hey, when Kyler comes back, he's going to be our quarterback. And maybe there is something there. I just know watching Jacoby Brissett, he knows how to play the position. And if I'm a wide receiver, it's nice having that quarterback who can run around and extend plays. But you ask receivers, they want to know, where is the ball coming from? Where is my quarterback? Not, I'm going to run my route. Wait, where is he? These guys know Jacoby Brissett is not going to do anything fancy. He's not going to extend plays like some of the younger quarterbacks. He's going to get the ball out to you. And he did that last night. And it's really very simple. A simplistic approach, and that's what you want out of a veteran quarterback. The younger quarterbacks, they're still living off the fumes of their success in college. Hey, I can extend a play. And bad things usually happen.